What you know, Alibis? Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi. It's Thursday, October 2nd. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. I did not put out an episode yesterday, but if you're not subscribed on YouTube, I did upload 3 separate clips of Donna Adelson being transported between facilities just days before jury selection began. So don't forget to go to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe, like the video, and you can find those there. And I'll also link those in the description of this video. Today, we're going to do a what we know about the Laken Snelling case. She is a 21-year-old former University of Kentucky stunt cheerleader who was arrested on August 31st and charged with abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and concealing the birth of an infant. All of those are felonies. She gave birth at home, covered up the birth, left the house, and the infant passed away. She has dropped out of school and was on the stunt cheerleading squad for 3 seasons. So let's jump into what we know so far. On August 27th, 2025, police were called to a home for an unresponsive infant. The infant was found by Laken's roommates inside her bedroom closet wrapped in a towel and inside a black trash bag. The newborn was deceased. Laken did admit to giving birth to the baby boy, and she concealed the home birth by cleaning up and then putting cleaning supplies in the trash bag with the baby. The initial autopsy was inconclusive, and in a statement, the coroner's office said that extensive microscopic analysis would be essential to determine the cause and the manner of the baby's death. And in the last few days, the affidavit was released. I've been waiting on this before I do a backstory because there just wasn't a lot known about what happened that day, according to Laken and what investigators found. It says officers were dispatched to listed suspects' address regarding a deceased infant being located inside of a closet. Infant was located in a wrapped towel inside of a black trash bag. The listed offender was given her Miranda rights and interviewed and admitting to giving birth. The listed suspect admitted to concealing the birth by cleaning up any evidence, placing all cleaning items used inside of a black trash bag, including the infant who was wrapped in a towel. In the process of cleaning the evidence of the birth, the listed suspect tampered with said evidence that proved she had given birth. By wrapping the infant in towels and placing it inside of a black trash bag, the listed suspect treated the corpse in a way that would outrage ordinary family sensibilities. On the information I received, I conducted the following independent investigation. Ms. Snelling was transported to headquarters and later to the University of Kentucky Hospital for treatment. At the hospital, I advised Ms. Snelling of her Miranda warning, and she stated she understood and that she still wanted to speak with me. Ms. Snelling stated that around 4 a.m., she gave birth to a baby which fell onto the floor of her bedroom. She stated she didn't think the baby was breathing or alive. She advised she was awake for around 30 minutes after giving birth before falling on top of the baby. Ms. Snelling said that when she woke up from passing out, she quickly got up and observed the baby turning blue and purple. Laken said she believed the baby to be dead and wrapped the baby up like a burrito and laid next to it on the floor because it gave her a little comfort in the moment. Ms. Snelling said she was woken up by her alarm at 7:30 a.m. for class at 9:30 a.m. She noticed she was still bloody and needed to get a shower. She went to the kitchen to get a black trash bag. Ms. Snelling said she placed the baby, which was still wrapped up inside of the towel, inside of the black trash bag and placed the black trash bag in the closet. Ms. Snelling said she went and took a shower to clean up. After taking the shower, she came back into her room and started to clean up the rest of the blood. Ms. Snelling said she used paper towels and the towel she had wrapped the baby in to clean up the rest of the blood. She said she placed the placenta inside of a Ziploc bag and placed it inside of the trash bag. Ms. Snelling said she wrapped the baby back up with the towel she had cleaned the rest of the blood up with. She then placed the black trash bag into the closet and shut the door. Ms. Snelling stated that she left her residence after this and went to school. Laken stated she did not go into class, but sat in her car in the parking lot. She stated she wasn't feeling well, so she ordered McDonald's through the McDonald's app. After getting McDonald's, she went to the University of Kentucky's student clinic where she also did not go inside. After this, Miss Snelling stated she returned home where she was detained and transported to headquarters for questioning. It should be noted that when speaking to medical staff at the University of Kentucky Labor and Delivery, she stated that the baby had a little bit of fetal movement, but she passed out shortly after. Miss Snelling stated during her questioning by myself and Detective Martinez that the only time she passed out was around 30 minutes after giving birth, which leads me to believe the baby could have been moving. Miss Snelling also told medical staff the baby made a whimper and that she guessed the baby was alive. A search warrant of Miss Snelling's phone resulted in locating several searches, including different things pertaining to pregnancy, images of her during labor, photos of her doing things ordinary pregnant women would not be doing, and a concealed or hidden pregnancy. Also, during the search of the phone, the photos that were taken while she was in labor were deleted in an attempt to hide the birth, which leads me to believe that other items could have also been deleted in an attempt to hide any evidence of the pregnancy, birth, and newborn baby. It is my belief that the iCloud account could contain current or deleted information that relates to Miss Snelling's pregnancy, to the birth of the full-term baby, and ultimately its potential demise. It should be noted that this account appears to be a shared account and is being accessed by both the suspect's mother and Laken. Numerous detectives conducted interviews with all of Miss Snelling's roommates. I spoke to, the name is redacted, who told me that all the roommates lived at, and they have the address redacted. They are in a Snapchat group together titled The Trap at Park. In the 4 a.m. hour of August 27th, one of the roommates sent a message in the group chat stating she heard loud noises that sounded like something had fallen. Another roommate stated she heard the noises too, and whatever caused them was so forceful, it knocked a picture off of her wall. One roommate stated the noises lasted for approximately an hour. At 8:48 a.m., Miss Snelling sent a text to the group chat stating these noises were caused by her passing out. She told the group she had not been feeling well and had not eaten and had fainted as a result. Miss Snelling then informed the group chat that she was going to be seen by a doctor. Curious as to Miss Snelling's story, the roommates entered Miss Snelling's room in an attempt to locate the source of the loud noises. In the room, they found a blood-soaked towel on the floor and a plastic bag containing evidence of childbirth. They looked in Miss Snelling's closet and located the deceased newborn baby placed in bags. The newborn appeared to be a full-term baby. Redacted told me that all the occupants of the residence had suspicions that Miss Snelling was pregnant, but never confirmed it with her. Given that Miss Snelling used Snapchat to communicate amongst her roommates, it is my belief that a search of her Snapchat account will preserve the messages sent to the group chat, along with any messages or communications she sent to others detailing knowledge of her pregnancy from conception until delivery. Now, she was arrested 4 days later and charged with abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and concealing the birth of an infant. She pleaded not guilty to all of those charges. She was released on a $100,000 bond and placed on in-home incarceration at her parents' home in Tennessee. That is one of the conditions of her bond, is that she stay with her parents. On September 26, she was back in court where her attorney waived a preliminary hearing. The case will now go before a grand jury. At her hearing on the 26th, there were about 10 of her former classmates in court to support her. Her ex-boyfriend has given a DNA sample to determine if he was the father of the baby boy. On September 7th, the young man's father told a media outlet, "I don't know anything on this, and we don't know if Isaiah is the father or not." He didn't give a timeline of their breakup, however, they were not together. He was told the DNA test could take a couple of weeks, which by now, those should be back. The young man is a college quarterback, and they had posed for couples photos while she was pregnant, and to me, it really looked like any other pregnancy photo shoot minus either one of them focusing on the bump. And in a lot of her cheer pictures, you really do see that bump. To me, just very obvious. She was pregnant in these cheer videos and cheer photos that I've seen. But as far as I've read, it doesn't seem like anybody questioned her on whether or not she was pregnant. Now, I know there can be a little bit of a taboo thing in doing that because there's nothing more embarrassing than asking somebody if they're pregnant and they're not. Don't ask me how I know, but lesson learned. At the same time, maybe they did and we just don't know it yet. Now, after this relationship with Isaiah, she did move on to date a basketball player. It is not known at this point if he has given a DNA sample, and he has not responded to any questions from the media. Now, former classmates from high school are speaking out about Laken, saying that she was a bully. A former high school classmate told the Daily Mail, "I do know that Laken had many, many people that she took her personal anger out on. My sister was one of them. While in high school, she tried to run over one of my closest friends with her Jeep. The bullying got so bad, my friend had to be pulled out of school and transferred to another because Laken had taken it so far. Even after my friend left, Laken then kept it up with cyberbullying and text messages. There were also other individuals who had to transfer to get away from her. And after they did that, she would continue to message them and make TikToks and social media posts about them as well. She would bully my sister and her friends in the bathroom at school. She would just corner them. There were talks with teachers about her behavior, but nothing led to her stopping doing it. I know my mother reported it to the school, and Laken and I had our own interaction. I cornered her in the bathroom and told her to stop messaging my sister while we were in middle school, say 8th grade. She also said Laken did not like it when people would stand up to her, so she would go after the kids she saw as being weaker. Now, other high school classmates have commented on social media that this is accurate, and in fact, a mother of a high school classmate commented on a Facebook post that said, "I know this girl. She's a bully. Always treated my kids like trash in school and many others. She attempted to run over one of the students, and that student left school and moved schools because of her. She has never been held accountable for anything she does." What kind of time is she facing if these charges stick? Now, there could be more. As of right now, the biggest unanswered question seems to be, did the baby breathe after birth? Which, if she is saying the baby made a whimper, then the baby did breathe after he was born. If that is proven under microscopic analysis or any way they can determine that the lung tissues had oxygen or however they go about doing that, you could be looking at some bigger upgraded charges to go along with these. But for what charges she has right now, the maximum could be up to 11 years in prison if convicted of what she's charged with right now. A lot of legal experts do not think there's a chance, if convicted, she would ever get that much, but lean more in the 2 to 3 year range of what they would expect for somebody with no criminal history, and I'm sure the mitigating factors they would bring forth. And just a note here, sadly, these need to be posted as early as in middle school bathrooms, high school bathrooms, college bathrooms, is that all 50 states have a safe haven law known as the Baby Moses Law. That allows parents to anonymously surrender an unharmed newborn infant to a safe, approved location like a fire station. They have baby boxes, a hospital, a police station without fear of criminal charges. So had she done just this, she would have walked away with zero criminal liability. For me personally, I have no sympathy for her. This is not a 14-year-old kid. This is a 21-year-old woman who clearly knew she was pregnant. There were a lot of chances for her to seek help. So I hate to be callous about it, but just no excuse for a 21-year-old grown woman, no matter if she was in college or not, to give birth and just put the baby in a closet and get McDonald's on the app. I'm very interested to follow this case. I think a grand jury indictment will be very easy for the prosecution to get. Does the final medical examiner report upgrade these charges from where they are now? And then we'll just keep an eye out for any new filings and stay current on it. So that is it for this episode. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and we will see you soon.